Hi everyone, welcome to the Monday edition of Source 16 News. I'm Eddie Owen. Thanks for joining us. Well, significant snowfall blanketed western Kentucky today, causing schools to dismiss early, as well as businesses and government offices. Taking a look at some of the snow accumulation reports as of mid-afternoon around the viewing area. In Christian County, about 5.2 inches east of Kelly was reported, 5 inches in Gracie, and 4.5 inches in Pembroke. 6.5 inches of snow was reported in Murray. In Marshall County around Draftonville, about 10.1 inches of snow fell and 8.2 inches of powder had fallen in Benton. Trigg County had as much or about 4 inches as of mid-afternoon, and Hopkins County near Morton's Gap reported about 5.5 inches. Of course, again, these are preliminary snowfall amounts as of mid-afternoon and does not include additional snowfall, but at least you get an idea of how big this snow event has been today. And we could see another round of wintry weather this week. Meteorologist David Bryant will have a look at the latest forecast. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Now let's take a look at the school closings we know about for tomorrow. Graves County, that's the only one reporting in so far. But here is a look at the latest closings and cancellations for this evening. Austin Peay State University, including the Fort Campbell campus, Hopkinsville Community College, Maine, and Fort Campbell campus. Murray State University's Hopkinsville campus. Graves County Public Library, the Hopkinsville Beautification Commission meeting for tonight canceled. Here are some announcements for tomorrow as well. Clarksville City Chief of Staff Charlie Kuhn has notified city department heads and employees to use their discretion on Tuesday morning's commute. And employees should notify their supervisors if they'll be arriving late for work. While all city offices will be open on Tuesday, employee safety remains a priority. Dr. Gary Spencer's office will be closed tomorrow morning. They'll try to open by 1 o'clock. Well, due to heavy snowfall and treacherous road conditions, numerous wrecks have been reported across the Source 16 viewing area, including some accidents that closed roads in the region. Kentucky Transportation Cabinet spokesman Keith Todd reported around 9 o'clock this morning, a tanker truck loaded with 44,000 gallons of hydrogen peroxide had jackknifed on US 51 about 4 miles south of Bardwell in Carlisle County. The Carlisle County Sheriff, Environmental Protection Agency, and a hazmat team from Memphis were on the scene for cleanup. US 51 was closed for about 6 hours. Todd also reported that Kentucky 131 at the Graves-McCracken County line near Kentucky 450 Oaks Road was closed around noontime today for a couple of hours due to numerous accidents, including a wrecker that was attempting to get a vehicle out of a ditch. In addition, traffic was diverted off of US 51 just north of Fulton in Fulton County around noon today after reports of several vehicles had slid off the road just north of the Purchase Parkway near the Fulton-Hickman County line. Around 1:15, Todd reported that yet another semi had jackknifed at the Purchase Parkway and Interstate 24 in Marshall County and blocked the northbound ramp for a couple of hours. Around 1:45, Todd reported that a snowplow was off in the median on the Western Kentucky Parkway between Eddyville and Princeton. That would near the 6-mile marker. Even school buses had a hard time getting students home after classes dismissed early. Christian County emergency officials reported that a school bus overturned on its side on Kentucky Highway 800 around 1:30 this afternoon. Fortunately, reports indicate that none of the students were injured. A second bus that was empty reportedly slid off in the ditch on Deason Lane, and another school bus was stopped sideways on the Princeton and Harmony Grove roads. While the temperature dropping overnight, road conditions will remain hazardous, so motorists should not travel unless it is absolutely necessary. The 17-year-old adoptive brother and biological cousin of 9-year-old Amy Dye has been charged with her murder and with resisting arrest. The 17-year-old male was taken into custody by Kentucky State Police around 4:30 Sunday afternoon and lodged in the Warren County Regional Juvenile Detention Center in Bowling Green. Friday night around 10:20, State Police reportedly received a call from the Todd County Sheriff's Department requesting assistance in locating the missing 9-year-old girl who lived on Dogwood Road off North Lester Chapel Road between Guthrie and Trenton. Around 12:20, State Police received a call back from the Sheriff's Department that the girl's body had been found, and Todd County Coroner Bob Whittlesey had pronounced the girl dead at the scene. The girl's body was found by her physical education teacher at South Todd Elementary School under a brush pile about 100 yards from the house where she lived with her adoptive parents, Chris and Kim Dye, who is also her biological aunt. State police say the preliminary autopsy report indicated that the 9-year-old died of multiple blunt force trauma. Todd County school officials say grief counselors were on hand at South Todd Elementary School today to help students and teachers grieving the death of Amy. Police have issued a warrant for an Oak Grove man in connection with a shooting at a Clarksville nightclub Sunday morning that killed a 28-year-old Hopkinsville man and left 3 other people injured. Clarksville police have issued a criminal homicide warrant for 25-year-old James Roland Cranmer in the shooting death of 25-year-old DeTwain Bell of Hopkinsville at the Flavors Club at 801 Fort Campbell Boulevard around 3:30 Sunday morning. Police say 3 other victims were also injured in the shooting, 2 other males and a female. According to police, 1 male was life-flighted to Vanderbilt Medical Center in Nashville, where he underwent surgery and is listed in stable condition. In addition, another male and female were transported by ambulance to Gateway Medical Center in Clarksville for treatment of non-life-threatening injuries. Police have issued a BOLO, or be on the lookout, for James Roland Cranmer, described as a white male, about 6 feet, 220 pounds, with light brown hair and blue eyes. Police believe he is in a black 1998 Chevy Camaro that has aftermarket chrome rims with a Kentucky tag 768 KVH. According to authorities, Cranmer should be considered armed and dangerous. Anyone who sees Cranmer should call 911 or local law enforcement officials. A rear-end collision at the Pennyrile Parkway off-ramp onto Fort Campbell Boulevard last night injured an Owensboro man. 24-year-old Anthony Catlett of Hopkinsville and 44-year-old William Schultz of Owensboro were both exiting the Pennyrile Parkway around 6:40 when Kentucky State Police reports Schultz stopped and was rear-ended by Catlett's vehicle. Schultz was transported by ambulance to Jenny Stewart Medical Center for treatment. A Greenville Road man has been charged with burglary after he broke into an apartment where he used to live. Desiree Helm of Woodland Heights Apartments called police Saturday morning after her ex-boyfriend and roommate, 24-year-old Jonathan Lewis of Hopkinsville, kicked in the door to her apartment after she told him to wait outside, and she closed and locked the door. However, she stated that he kicked in the door and started removing his items as well as some of her property. Helm told deputies that she and Lewis used to live together at the apartment, but that he had left her. Lewis was arrested by deputies and charged with second-degree burglary. He was booked into the Christian County Jail. 3 juvenile escapees are back in custody after getting a taste of freedom. Kentucky State Police say the caretaker at the Murray Group Home in Murray noticed the 3 girls were missing around 5:15 Friday evening and had escaped out a window from the 1-story facility. The juveniles, Jariah Ishmael, Caitlin Wells, and Kimberly Higgins, were located by State Police Saturday and taken into custody. And Murray State University is seeing donations to their Hold Thy Banner High campaign skyrocket. The university has raised over $58 million, just $1.3 million shy of their $60 million goal. And the campaign still has 2 years to go. University officials say they expect the $60 million mark to be shattered based on the success the campaign has experienced so far. Thousands of alumni, friends, corporations, and foundations are responsible for supporting the campaign. More than 250 residents and local educators from 10 different counties attended Saturday morning's Regional Education Summit 2011 to discuss the necessity of education in today's workforce. Now, during the summit, speakers shared their ideas on how students can take report cards and turn them into paychecks.
Obviously, not everyone's going to go to a 4-year liberal arts education program. Some beyond high school is an absolute necessity for every youngster. There are many people on public assistance in Kentucky, as there are in our public school systems. You can't survive. Everybody has to be a contributor in the future. And the first step at contributing is graduating from high school.
Meanwhile, Will Hoyt stressed it's not just what students know, it's how they apply that knowledge in real-world situations.
How much knowledge I can store up inside my head and repeat to you. It's what I do with that knowledge inside my head and how I think about it and how I apply it. So skills like, how do I solve problems? systematically and thoughtfully as I go through life? How do I take a problem that nobody else has been able to figure out and I solve it? I do that with other people in dynamic ways. How do I become a kind of thinker who's creative and can apply knowledge in new ways?
Kentucky Department of Education Associate Commissioner Felicia Cummings-Smith also talked about meeting the needs of students to prepare them for the future.
And so having revised standards alone won't ensure that we meet the needs of the students who are in front of us today and your children. What we need to be able to understand are how do we ensure that our practices in the classroom, in the community, reach our next generation of learners.
This year's theme was preparing our children for the future. Well, the Army Nurse Corps recently celebrated its 110th anniversary. According to military officials, Army nurses have stood shoulder to shoulder with soldiers since 1901. In addition, officials say Fort Campbell's Blanchfield Army Community Hospital has played a key role in changing Army nursing over the years. The local hospital first piloted the Army nursing system of care, which is designed to ensure the same standard of health care exists in every military hospital. Officials say the new system will now be used across all Army facilities over the next 12 months. More than 9,000 Army nurses currently serve all over the globe in support of military and humanitarian missions. Well, here's a look at some upcoming chamber events brought to you by the Hopkinsville Christian County Community Vision Plan. The Small Business Awards Breakfast, sponsored by New Wave Communications, Source16, will be held Tuesday, February 15th at 7:30 a.m. at the James E. Bruce Convention Center. For more information or to register, contact the Chamber at 270-885-9096 before February 14th. Also on Tuesday, February 15th, the Chamber's Lunch and Learn series will be held from 11:30 to 1 at the Holiday Inn at 2910 Fort Campbell Boulevard. The hour-long session, led by DFS Technologies, is devoted to helping business leaders and managers understand how to maximize the use of technology to create greater efficiencies, maximum savings, and improved customer service. Cost of the class, $15, and online registration is available until February 14th at hopkinsvillechamber.com. These chamber events are brought to you by the Hopkinsville Christian County Vision Plan. Well, here you go. Tuesday's Mega Millions jackpot is $19 million. Wednesday's Powerball jackpot, $63 million.